Can anybody read me? This is Linda 058. Is anybody out there?
Linda, is that you? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. My pod got knocked off course. I'm approximately 5 miles from the drop zone. You better hurry. I think there might be Covenant nearby.
Just stay put. I'll be right there. Have you heard from Master Chief?
I don't think he made it off of the Pelican.
Oh no, he made it. If I know Master Chief, he probably jumped at the last second.
Hello YouTube, it's Gijara with Nerdtopia here, and today we are going to look at the next Mattel Halo 6-inch figure, Fred-104. And let me tell you right off the bat, I'm starting to have my doubts about the Mattel line. The figures are starting to grate on me in a bad way. First off, let me explain, this is the 1.2 wave of the wave. This came out just slightly after wave 1. It is one of 2 figures that have come out, and I've got the second one on its way. Should be here in the next few days. But right now we do have Fred 104, and we're going to take a look at the packaging. So let's raise up here and knock the camera and all that wonderful stuff that happens. Come on up, hold on. 2 hands to do this. Okay, I think that should be up enough. And to start off with, you can see there's the Halo title. I love the background art on this packaging. It is really nice. Now, instead of the alpha snipe, create an alpha snipe, you get a crawler snipe. And I will explain that in a moment. But in the meantime, there's Fred 104. Of course, you do get your warnings. And coming across the side, you got a nice picture of Fred 104. On the other side, you just get a bunch of words and mumbo jumbos. On the back, more words, mumbo jumbo. Microsoft Studios 343 Industries. Across the top, you get more of the Halo title, and on the back you get your product shots. Here's Fred 104 with all of his gear off, and here he is standing holding his weapon. 30 points of articulation. That is the alpha, that is the crawler snipe. And of course, the figures in this wave, they have removed the airborne assault trooper and Linda 058 to bring you Kelly and Fred. Okay, so included in the packaging, let's come back down real quick so we can see what's included in the packaging. We do get the standard Magnum, and let's see if we can zoom in on the standard Magnum. There we go. Again, nice sculpt. Could use some more paint, and it is a bit larger than I would think would be suitable for these size figures, but yes, it is what we have. And then of course we come with another UNSC rifle, and it is definitely well sculpted. Again, just seems just a little too big for the size figures that we're getting. Got a lot of nice good detail in there. It could have used with a little bit of paint apps to bring out a lot of the detail. But yeah, it is a nice rifle, and we will get into building that up in just a moment. Also included with this set, we get the crawler snipe connect piece. This here goes on the back. Now let me explain real quick. Fred and Kelly come with a crawler snipe part as opposed to the alpha snipe that the first 6 figures came with. These just swap out for Linda and Air Assault's pieces. You just take those two pieces off and you put these on in their place. When we get all the pieces together, I will show you what I mean. Now, also included and already placed on the figure, you also get these holster pegs, weapon pegs that, yeah, there it is. And we got to focus in on that because it's way, there it is. And there's the pegs. I already put them in place because I don't like the idea of losing them. But the weapons do hold on there pretty nicely. But still, I think I would have rather had actual holsters for these things as opposed to just little itty bitty pegs. There we go. Now with Fred, I have several issues. Oh God, I don't even know how many issues I have with Fred. We are going to start off with one of the minor ones, which is his shoulder pauldron armor piece. Has a small piece that likes to fall off, and I do need to super glue that in just to keep it from falling off. That is issue number 1 with this particular figure. If you just look at it wrong, it just falls right off. Yeah, so yeah, that needs some super glue. Issue number 2 is the armor mounts. If you look at the hole right there, the hole is a lot more shallow than the Wave 1 figures were, and the ports are much smaller than the Wave 0.1 mounts were. So the parts do not stay firmly attached where they are supposed to. I would much rather they have not had the posts at all as opposed to these things, because they don't work. They need to go back. Mattel, if you are listening, go back to the original post piece or take them out completely. One or the other, really, it doesn't matter which, but this here does not work. Issue number 3 is with, well, issue 3 and 4 are with joints, are with the joint issues. Starting with this hand does not stay securely in place, and when you try to help him grab his rifle, it tends to fall off very easily. Not a very stable joint. The other issue is in the torso joint. It's just really loose. I mean, we zoom in on there. I gotta remember to look at the camera when I do this. But if you just look at that sucker, I mean, it just, hello. This poor guy just has no control on his torso. Speaking of, well, actually, let's do this first. Let us bring in some comparison shots to other Halo figures. We're going to start with Linda 058. You can see how they stand together. This is Linda's replacement, so there better be some, yeah, as you can see, that's how he compares to Linda. We are going to have him compared to Elite Commander. You can see how they compare. As you can see, just slightly taller. And as a throwback comparison, we will compare him to McFarlane's Halo. And as you can see, these Halo figures stand just, well, they stand much taller than McFarlane's. I'll tell you right now, I'm starting to like McFarlane's toys much better. Sure, they had their issues, but at least they can hold their weapons. Now, we're going to get into articulation, and we're going to start with the head. The head is on a ball joint, so you get some forward, backward, side to side, up, down. Shoulder joints, ball joints, can do a full 360, can stretch out that far. Yep. He's got bicep swivels. As soon as we get this arm back down, he does have bicep swivels, although they are almost functionless with all the armor in place. He does have elbow joints. He has double elbow joints, but the second joint just does not work. See here? This is what I'm talking about. That armor does not stay in place. It just does not. It refuses to stay where it's supposed to. Yes, he does have double elbow joints, but they are useless because of the armor. He has wrist swivels, as well as joints for in and out, which again tend to be useless because of the armor. And of course, we already discussed the torso. He can go side to side, back and forward. He stays forward. He does have hip joints. Can move out that far, can move back only that far, and can go out that far. He does have double jointed knees, and these work pretty well. Well, they almost work pretty well. The ankles are on a up-down joint, so you do get some up and down. They are also on rocker ankles, so you do get some side-to-side-ish kind of move. And that is Fred-104. I gotta tell you, the more I start looking at these figures, the more disappointing I seem to get. This one here ranks just slightly above Linda, because at least his armor looks like armor and not like some plastic pieces that they threw on top of a body. The paint apps are actually pretty well done here. Got some black on the shoulder pauldrons, got some yellow. Got some yellow here on his back pieces. Nice gold visor, some light blues, some yellows. Got some black on the chest armor. Black on the thigh armor, some silver on top of the knees. Yeah, some silver on top of the knees, some more black. And of course his boots coming up the back. The sculpt on this, I love the sculpt. Don't get me wrong, the sculpt is awesome on this, as well as the paint apps. I hear people complain because the armor looks too crisp, too clean, but you know, I have no complaints with that. But the armor it's a nice armor, it's a nice head sculpt, and the figure sculpt itself is great. I love the sculpt. Just need to work on the articulation, need to work on the weapons, and you need to work on quality control. This should not fall off, and I should not have to run to the local dollar store to get super glue. The articulation, I should not have to. I don't even know what to do about that, but it's got to be fixed. That's just bad. That is horrid. Mattel, if you're watching this, and I know you're not, there's no way you could be one of my 4 subscribers. But somebody pass the word on to Mattel. Need to work on the articulation issues. The bicep swivel would have been much better if it was an elbow swivel. Can even do away with the double elbow joints. We don't really need that. The wrist joints would have been better if one of the hands had an up and down as opposed to an in and out. That's my opinion there. The joints can be tighter. And well, yeah, that's about it as far as that goes. Now, I know Mattel and the other toy manufacturers, I know you guys make these for kids. Okay, I understand that. But you also have collectors out there, people who are diehard Halo fans, and I'm sorry, they deserve better than this. They deserve better than this. They're the ones, whether they're buying them for their kids or they're buying them for themselves, they're the ones that are spending the money. And nobody wants to spend money on a piece of crap like this. This is just, it's horrid. I don't even know what you were thinking by putting this in a package and saying there. Guys, let's get with it. Let's get us some good figures. Make the collectors happy. Make the kids happy. Hey, make everybody happy, and I guarantee you this line can go far. Okay, that's my opinion. Now, you can find this at Walmart and Toys R Us, of course. You can also probably check out Big Bad Toy Store. I will put a link to that in the description down below. Do remember to follow me on Google+. I will also have a description down below for that, somewhere down here. And give this video a like or dislike. Do subscribe to my channels. I do try to get these videos up as often as I can. And I know I have been quite lazy in that matter. In any case, this is Gajara with Nerdtopia saying, remember, you have an inner child. Why don't you go out and get that child some toys? Have some fun with them. Have a good day. I will see you next time.